It's often said that actions speak louder than words, and when it comes to love, this couldn't be true. Some men aren't the type to loudly declare their feelings, send grand gestures, or profess affection in dramatic ways. Instead, they show it quietly, subtly, in ways that can be easy to overlook if you're not paying close attention. These are the men who are genuinely interested, emotionally invested, and deeply attentive, but they reveal it in whispers, glances, and small actions rather than overt declarations. Understanding these subtle signs can help you recognize when someone is falling for you, even if they've never said the words, "I like you." Quiet affection is different from casual interest or friendship. It's the kind of care that shows up in the details, remembering what makes you smile, noticing when you're having a tough day, or finding ways to make your life easier without asking for anything in return. Men who feel this way often express themselves in ways that are natural, thoughtful, and consistent. Their actions reveal priorities and patterns that speak volumes about their feelings. It might be in the way he looks at you when he thinks you're not noticing, the way he turns his body toward you, or how he makes time for you even during busy days. Each gesture, no matter how small, is a clue that he values you in a way that goes beyond friendship. The beauty of quiet affection lies in its subtlety. It's never forced or performative. Instead, it's woven into everyday interactions, and over time, these small signs accumulate into a clear picture of someone who cares deeply. Recognizing these behaviors isn't about overanalyzing or reading too much into casual acts. It's about paying attention to patterns, consistency, and the emotional weight behind each gesture. In this guide, we'll explore 15 specific clues that reveal when a man is quietly falling for you. From remembering the smallest things about you to checking in without a reason, these signs show affection in ways that are thoughtful, intentional, and often unnoticed at first glance. Whether you're trying to understand someone's feelings or simply curious about how men express interest subtly, these insights will help you see beyond words and notice the quiet ways love is revealed. By the end, you'll be able to identify the small, meaningful signals that show a man cares deeply, without ever having to say it aloud. 1. He remembers the smallest things about you. When a man starts remembering the tiniest details about your life, it's more than casual interest. It's a quiet sign of affection. From recalling your favorite coffee order to mentioning something you said months ago, these little gestures show he's paying attention in a way most people don't. It's not about impressing you or using information strategically. It's a subconscious effort to connect and make you feel valued. Every memory he brings up indicates his mentally cataloging moments with you because they matter to him. Even the smallest anecdotes, a book you wanted to read, a movie you casually mentioned liking, or your favorite dessert, become part of his mental checklist. This attention signals that you occupy his thoughts often, even when you're not around. It's subtle, and you might not even notice it at first. But over time, these small gestures accumulate into a pattern that's hard to ignore. A man who remembers these details demonstrates emotional investment and a desire to make you feel seen, appreciated, and understood. Unlike someone casually friendly, he recalls specifics that matter to you personally, not socially or out of obligation. Observing this pattern is a strong indicator he's falling for you quietly, and it's often one of the earliest, most genuine signs before he ever vocalizes his feelings. 2. He looks at you even when you're not looking. The way a man looks at you can reveal more than words ever could. When you catch him staring, or realize later that he was watching, there's an unspoken admiration in his gaze. These glances aren't random. They are subtle, intentional, and loaded with curiosity and affection. It's the kind of look that goes unnoticed when you're busy or distracted, yet it's consistent enough to become part of his natural behavior around you. Often, it's not about desire alone. It's a reflection of how much he values your presence, how captivated he is by your energy, your expressions, and even the way you move. Men who fall quietly tend to observe rather than overtly express themselves, and their eyes are one of the most honest ways they reveal feelings. These silent moments show he's mentally engaged with you even when conversation isn't happening. Sometimes he looks and quickly averts his gaze, hinting that he is aware of his own emotions and doesn't want to make them obvious. Other times, he watches you simply because your presence brightens his environment. This form of attention is intimate without being intrusive, signaling that he is emotionally invested and slowly building courage to express it openly. 3. He tries to make you laugh more than anyone else. Humor is one of the most natural ways people show affection, and a man who consistently tries to make you laugh is signaling something deeper. It's not about being the class clown or seeking attention. It's about wanting to see you happy and comfortable around him. He pays attention to what tickles your sense of humor, often tailoring jokes, playful comments, or funny stories specifically to your personality. The effort he puts into making you laugh reveals that he values your mood and wants to associate himself with positive feelings. Even small moments, like a silly remark during a stressful situation or a subtle tease, show his thinking about how to lift your spirits. Men who fall quietly often use humor as a bridge, a way to connect emotionally without directly exposing vulnerability. Each laugh he draws from you strengthens your bond and subtly communicates his feelings. Over time, you notice a pattern. He prioritizes your happiness, seeks opportunities to make you smile, and rarely invests this level of attention in anyone else the same way. His laughter-driven gestures are a quiet, heartfelt declaration of interest and affection, making you feel valued, cherished, and emotionally safe around him. 4. He gets quietly jealous but never shows it fully. Jealousy, when subtle, can be a strong indicator of hidden affection. A man who is falling for you quietly may feel twinges of jealousy when he sees you giving attention to someone else, yet he rarely lets it show openly. Instead of confrontation or overt possessiveness, his feelings manifest in small gestures, perhaps a slightly tighter smile, a fleeting glance, or a change in tone when certain topics arise. This restrained behavior shows emotional intelligence. He values your autonomy and doesn't want to appear controlling. Quiet jealousy also reflects vulnerability, because he cares deeply but is unsure how to express it without risking rejection or awkwardness. Unlike overtly jealous individuals who act impulsively, he internalizes his emotions, which can make his affection harder to detect. Over time, these small signs, like asking subtly about your day, noticing someone's comment toward you, or adjusting his own behavior around you, form a pattern that reveals his feelings without a single word. His careful approach suggests he's emotionally invested and wants to protect the connection, even if he hasn't explicitly acknowledged it. Recognizing these understated cues often requires observation and emotional awareness, but they are a consistent marker of someone quietly falling for you. 5. He texts you first, but casually. A man who initiates conversation with you, but in a casual, low-pressure way, is signaling interest without overwhelming you. He doesn't bombard you with messages or demand immediate attention. Instead, he sends texts that are light, thoughtful, or playful, ensuring the interaction feels natural. This approach shows that he enjoys your company and wants to connect, yet respects boundaries in your space. Often, he will check in on you, share small updates, or comment on something that reminded him of you, demonstrating that you're on his mind. The casual nature of the texts is key. It conveys comfort, familiarity, and interest without making the relationship feel forced or serious too soon. Men who are quietly falling for someone often use this method as a safe way to express care while gauging your reactions. Over time, you notice a pattern. He reaches out consistently, even if sporadically, and always finds ways to engage meaningfully without pressure. His texts are less about necessity and more about connection, which reflects genuine emotional investment and a subtle desire to be part of your life. 6. His body always turns toward you. Body language is a powerful, unconscious communicator of feelings. When a man consistently turns his body toward you, whether in conversation, a group setting, or even across a room, it's a silent indicator of focus and interest. This behavior shows that he's mentally and physically engaged with you, prioritizing your presence over everything else around him. Even when distracted by other people or tasks, his body subtly aligns with yours, his shoulders, feet, and torso naturally facing you. This orientation is often unconscious, It's driven by attraction and the desire to connect, not by social etiquette. Men who fall quietly use nonverbal cues like these to express feelings without risking direct exposure. Along with eye contact, posture, and gestures, body orientation communicates attentiveness, respect, and emotional investment. Over time, these small, consistent patterns of behavior create a sense of closeness, signaling that he values your presence and is drawn to you. Observing how someone positions themselves in your space can reveal more about their feelings than words ever could, making this one of the clearest signs of quiet affection. 7. He opens up about things he doesn't tell others. When a man begins sharing personal thoughts, feelings, or experiences that he rarely discusses with anyone else, it's a powerful sign of trust and affection. Opening up is not something casual. It indicates that he feels safe with you and values your presence enough to lower his emotional guard. These moments could be as small as revealing a childhood memory, a fear, or a private joke he never shares with friends. By letting you into his inner world, he's signaling that you are special and that he wants a deeper connection. Men who are quietly falling for someone often use this subtle vulnerability to build intimacy without declaring their feelings outright. They gauge your reactions, appreciating your empathy or understanding, and this feedback encourages them to share more over time. Importantly, this isn't about oversharing for attention. It's a conscious choice to reveal parts of himself he protects elsewhere. The more he shares, the more he invests emotionally, demonstrating that you matter to him in ways beyond superficial attraction. Observing this behavior consistently is one of the clearest markers that is slowly developing deeper feelings for you, quietly signaling that he values your presence, judgment, and care in his life. 8. He notices tiny changes in your mood. A man who pays attention to subtle shifts in your mood is likely emotionally attuned to you. He notices when you're slightly quieter than usual, more energetic, or even a little stressed, and responds with care, sometimes with a comforting message, a small gesture, or gentle questions. This awareness shows that he's observing you not just physically but emotionally, prioritizing your well-being. Men who fall quietly tend to be highly sensitive to these cues because they care about your comfort and happiness. They may not say, "I like you," but their actions, offering support, making you laugh, or giving you space when needed, speak volumes. This level of attentiveness goes beyond friendship. It reflects a desire to be present in your life and help improve it. By noticing even minor emotional shifts, he demonstrates empathy and investment, signaling that your feelings matter to him. Over time, these observations accumulate, revealing a pattern of subtle, consistent care that indicates quiet affection. His responsiveness to your mood shows that he's engaged mentally and emotionally, and that you occupy a meaningful place in his life. 9. He goes out of his way to make things easy for you. When a man consistently makes an effort to ease your life, even in small ways, it's a sign that he values you and wants to be helpful. This could be picking up something you forgot, sending reminders, assisting with tasks, or anticipating challenges before you even mention them. Men who fall quietly for someone often take these actions without seeking praise or recognition. They do it simply because your comfort matters to them. It's a subtle form of care that demonstrates thoughtfulness, empathy, and emotional investment. The effort he makes shows that he notices your needs and wants to contribute positively to your life. This behavior also indicates patience and attentiveness. He's willing to take extra steps to reduce your stress or inconvenience. Unlike casual acquaintances, he consistently chooses to prioritize small acts of service for you, revealing that you occupy a meaningful place in his thoughts. Over time, these repeated gestures build trust, affection, and a sense of closeness, even if he never explicitly says, "I like you." Quietly, his actions communicate that he's emotionally invested and cares deeply about your well-being. 10. He listens more closely than anyone else around you. One of the quietest signs of affection is genuine, focused listening. When a man pays closer attention to what you say than anyone else, it shows he values your words and cares about your thoughts. He doesn't just hear you. He remembers details, asks thoughtful follow-up questions, and reacts in ways that make you feel understood. This deep level of attentiveness is rare. It's more than politeness or casual interest. Men who are quietly falling for someone listen carefully because they want to connect emotionally and demonstrate that your opinions, feelings, and experiences matter. This kind of listening creates trust and intimacy. Even when others are talking over you or distracted, he remains engaged, often subtly signaling that your voice is his priority. It's not performative, it's consistent, quiet, and natural. Over time, this attentive behavior becomes unmistakable, revealing that he's emotionally invested in you. His focus, patience, and care in listening communicate interest far more effectively than words alone. 11. He finds reasons to be near you. Another subtle sign of quiet affection is his consistent effort to be physically or emotionally present. He seeks opportunities to sit next to you, join conversations you're part of, or share activities, even small ones, that allow him to spend time with you. These gestures aren't about being intrusive. They are a natural reflection of his desire to share space and moments with you. Men who are falling quietly often do this unconsciously. They enjoy your presence and want to be around you as much as possible without drawing attention to their intentions. By finding excuses to be near you, he's signaling that your company is comforting and meaningful. Over time, these small choices accumulate, creating a pattern of closeness and reliability that indicates affection. 12. He checks in on you without a reason. When a man reaches out to see how you're doing without needing anything in return, it's a strong sign of quiet care. These check-ins, whether a simple text, a brief call, or an in-person ask, demonstrate that he thinks of you and your well-being without prompting. He doesn't seek recognition or favor. He genuinely wants to know you're okay. This behavior reflects emotional investment and a desire to maintain connection. Men who are quietly falling for someone often do this consistently, showing that your happiness and safety matter to them. Over time, these spontaneous acts of attention create a sense of trust, reliability, and subtle intimacy, revealing feelings he may never vocalize directly. 13. He talks about the future with you in it. A man who includes you in his plans, dreams, or discussions about the future is signaling deep, quiet affection. Whether it's a casual mention of wanting to try a new cafe together next month, planning trips, or talking about long-term goals, he's envisioning you as part of his life. This is more than friendly conversation. It reflects emotional investment and subconscious desire for continuity with you. Men who fall quietly often approach this subtly. They don't make grand declarations but weave you into their thoughts and plans naturally. It could be as small as asking your opinion on something that affects him or imagining scenarios where you're present. These mentions demonstrate that your presence matters in both practical and emotional aspects of his life. By consistently including you in his vision of the future, he signals that he values your companionship and sees a meaningful connection. Even if he never says, "I like you," these gestures indicate that he's thinking long-term and emotionally integrating you into his world. Over time, patterns of including you in plans or discussions become a strong, silent declaration of his feelings, revealing that your role in his life is important, cherished, and intentionally envisioned. 14. He compliments you in thoughtful, soft ways. Subtle, meaningful compliments are one of the quietest signs of affection. Instead of generic praise, he notices specific qualities, gestures, or efforts that others might overlook, like how your laughter lights up a room, how carefully you approach your work, or how your presence changes the energy around him. These soft compliments are often delivered casually, without fanfare, but they carry weight. They show that he's paying attention and values not just your appearance but your personality, habits, and essence. Men who are quietly falling for someone understand that meaningful compliments are better than overt declarations. They communicate care without pressure. Thoughtful praise also builds emotional intimacy, making you feel seen and appreciated in ways that feel natural and sincere. Over time, the accumulation of these subtle affirmations forms a consistent pattern of care and admiration. His ability to compliment you quietly yet specifically demonstrates emotional attentiveness, personal interest, and a desire to strengthen your bond without making it awkward or forced. 15. He always makes time for you, even on busy days. Time is one of the most valuable things someone can give. And when a man consistently prioritizes spending time with you, it's a clear sign of affection. Even on hectic days or during stressful periods, he finds moments to connect, check in, or be present. This effort shows that you matter enough to him to rearrange priorities or invest energy, even when it's inconvenient. Men who fall quietly often do this naturally. They don't announce it or seek praise. They simply make you part of their day. These gestures reflect thoughtfulness, care, and emotional commitment. Consistently making time, even in small ways, communicates that your happiness, presence, and connection are important to him. Over time, this dedication builds trust and intimacy, signaling that his feelings are genuine, reliable, and long-lasting. In essence, giving time is one of the most sincere, quiet expressions of love and interest, revealing that he values you deeply, even if he never verbally admits it.